So today we're going to be reviewing a full lace wig from the brand Eayon. First of all, they gave this bomb little backpack. You can use that for storage and all different sorts of things. There's a bomb pink comb. You guys know you're going to see that a lot from me because I love combs. And then they gave some mink lashes that look pretty similar to the ones I have on. So you know I'm digging them and I'm going to definitely rock them. The wig itself is some Brazilian hair. Again, it's straight hair. The length on it is 20 inches. It's 180% density. You have comb in the back, adjustable straps, I believe 3 combs, or actually 2 combs in the front, or actually they're kind of on the side. But it's really, really gorgeous. It fits my head like a glove. I'm going to go ahead and bleach the knots. So I tried something different and I used the Eayon 40 volume developer, which I've been loving, but I tried to use the Eayon powder lightener as well. This didn't work as well for me in the end. I did leave it on for about 25 minutes. It bleached the hairline, but it did not bleach the rest of the knots throughout. So what I've realized about this one is that it's probably not as harsh as the other, which would make sense. So I would have to leave it on like 45 minutes the next time. Also, I used the purple shampoo from Shimmer Lights, the generic brand from Sally's, and then I used this bomb silicone mix. It's the best conditioner you will ever use. So you can see the hairline is bleached beautifully, but the knots throughout are not. So again, if you want to use the Eayon, I highly recommend it. I absolutely loved it. I just didn't leave it on long enough, and I wasn't really up for re-bleaching that night, especially since the hair was already, wet and conditioned from rinsing out the first time. I would have had to, blow dry it and all that kind of stuff. So I decided to let it just air dry. So this is a clip of what the hair looks like in its natural state before I even bleached the knots. As you can see, it's beautiful, bone straight. It came with some nice baby hair. The actual cap fits super snug on my head. Really flawless. Really not much I can say. Here you can see the knots are not bleached and it's still looking poppin'. Now this is a full lace wig, so you're going to be able to part it all the way backwards, all the way across in the middle if you want to do a half up, half down, top knot. You can do literally anything. So today we're going to be doing some cornrows. I was showing you here how in the back it fits so snug. So I went ahead after I bleached the knots and put it on the mannequin head. This is what it looks like basically when it's wet. Super awesome if you just let it air dry and kind of give it a quick blow dry. It would look beautiful with no product at this point. So I went ahead and did my best to do a straight part across, down the center. The only reason this was tough is because the way my mannequin head is shaped, it didn't really shape the back of it. So I had to get back under there and try to make it straight enough to part it, if that makes any sense. So again, we're going to be making some really nice cornrows here. We want it to be straight as possible. I'm not up for having it completely straight as far as the parting goes, but you kind of want it to be in a ballpark. You don't want it to look too crazy. So I'm going to section it off. Now I find that one of the best ways to do your French braids is with them on your head. On the mannequin head. But today I'm going to do them on my head. But first we're going to add the powder to the parting. This powder is my favorite. As you can see, I've already hit pan on it, and it's the only one in this palette I've hit pan on. On some, lace, it just does come off a little bit red. And I did not realize that until after I had already applied it, all over and put the wig back on. So, word to the wise, make sure that if you're going to use a powder or a concealer or whatever the case may be, that it's going to match on that lace. I also forgot to put a little bit of that powder in the front along the hairline to make it match up a little bit better. It would have made the hair look a little bit more flawless, but because I did not put that powder in the front, it kind of irks me when I watch this playback because, it just doesn't look the same without it matching. But the hairline lays very smooth. This is what it looks like off, and I've already added an elastic band off camera. The elastic band is going to help the wig to lay super flat without adding any glue, bond, gel, or anything like that. I have a brand new tutorial on how I do this process called the elastic band method, and I'll have that link down below. So at this point, I'm pretty much prepared to style the hair. So the last step in prepping is to go ahead and remove the excess lace along the hairline and around the ear. And as you can see, the hair itself lays, oh my god, it lays so flat that you really don't need to pluck the hairline or anything like that, because just the way the hair lays, it just lays so naturally. The lace on this is, it's a light brown lace, which usually lays, or I'm sorry, matches my skin pretty good. You can see there how amazing the hairline looks like when you bleach the knots. I'm so mad, you guys, that I didn't get a chance to completely bleach the knots. Trying something new sometimes, doesn't always go so smooth. So I'm going to take what's left of this Got To Be Glue gel. You guys know the black one is my holy grail, and I'm literally squeezing out the last bit. It's amazing how cheap you get with some things. Like, I've been holding on to this one for probably almost 2 years, and I refuse to buy another one until it's completely gone. Yet I've bought so many products, other products in between. So I'm going to go ahead and swoop the baby hair. One of my biggest tricks is once I swoop the baby hair, I go in with the powder, and the powder helps to kind of conceal the front and make it look a little bit more flawless. I forgot, I don't even know how, I forgot to do this step this time around. So the end result is not going to look as flawless as normal, and it's really bugging me. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but you definitely have to add the powder to the parting, and it kind of helps to make the baby hair just look so much more flawless. But we're going to go ahead and start the cornrows. If you know how to braid like your regular, the ends of your hair, then cornrows is pretty much the same thing. You're just kind of doing it flat on the head. It's super simple, yet it's so complicated at the same time. Really hard to explain, but you just kind of use your pointer fingers to go under each time and just like grab as much hair as you can. Make it lay flat, kind of tight. Practice makes perfect with this. As you can see, I'm no pro at this by any means, but the cool thing about these French braids is that, you know, once you do them, you kind of pull them apart and make them kind of loose, and it kind of makes it look like you did your thing with them, you know what I mean? Only thing right there in the back, you kind of got to brush it so that it's not frizzy and that you don't leave any hair out. Also, the position of your cornrows makes a difference. The way I did them, I kind of did them to kind of frame or line across like my hairline and around my ear. Sometimes people kind of do a little bit more straight back, which I find sometimes will look a little bit more neat as far as like the back of the head goes. So it's just, you know, different preference, different options, different days for different things. I did pull out a little piece of hair, as you see right there, that just looked like it needed to be a part of the baby hair in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that and slick that to go in with everything else. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling them apart. There's something called, I believe it's called like butterfly braids, butterfly cornrows. I've been seeing the trend all over like YouTube and stuff, and I definitely want to try it. Kind of, they do like the feed-in braids, and at the end they kind of actually curl the length of the hair, and it looks really good. Or they'll kind of like pull it apart like so. And I think it looks really good. Now, don't judge my sideburns. You can kind of see my sideburns are putting me on blast right now. So if you are doing a look like this, make sure that you slick them down. You can use like an eyebrow, one of those little eyebrow shavers to kind of trim it down so it kind of just looks a little bit more flawless. But that's just one of those things that helps you to look a little bit unclockable with these little styles. So I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite side, and you just grab 3 pieces and just do exactly what you would do with regular braids. You kind of just do it to where you're kind of like pulling it along your scalp, if that makes any sense. And again, I'm doing mine to kind of frame the hairline and go around the ear, opposed to kind of going more centered in the center of, I guess, where the braid starts on each side. I kind of think the ones in the center kind of would look better, so next time I'll try those for you guys. And I'm just going to keep going straight down. Also, make sure you're in front of a mirror. Right now I only had the viewfinder, so I'm looking at them. They could have been done a little bit better, I ain't even gonna lie. But again, because we're going to pull them apart, they're going to be just fine, and it's going to all work out perfectly. I was actually watching some Netflix at this point. Let me make sure I didn't leave out any information for you guys. So I think I told you guys, this is Brazilian human hair. I do have a coupon code with this company. Just enter Ashley at checkout and you will get money off. I also have this wig linked in the description bar. This is a medium cap size as far as the construction of the cap. So continue to just pull them apart to your liking and just, you know, finesse it and get it exactly how you like. I'm going to take that little last piece of hair that I left out from the beginning and kind of swoop that in there. Again, make sure you add your powder to your baby hair. It's going to make it look flawless. If you've been watching my videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and it makes a huge difference. Like right now, it looks like I need to tweeze out more of the hair, and I do. But when I do that powder, it kind of finesses it so it doesn't look like you need to, you know, squeeze out more hair in the hairline, if that makes any sense. So I purchased these little hoops from Amazon. They're like hair jewels. I just searched hair jewels and a bunch of different ones came up, and this one had like a huge assortment. I think of like 100 or something like that for like a really affordable price. So the ones I decided to go with were the feathers. I don't know why, but they had like crosses, they had seashells, they had butterflies. They had literally everything. So I just went with the feathers at this time. I think that using the feathers or any of the statement ones, just use like one or two of the statement ones and then kind of fill it in with the little simple rings. These ones here that I'm adding now are the simple rings, and these you can add like a bunch and it looks really good. But I kind of think that when you add too many of the feather ones, it kind of looks like a little bit of an overkill. I'm not even gonna lie. So again, you see how smooth and, you know, flawless the rings look. Huge difference. So word to the wise, you don't even need the feather ones, just like one up top and that's it. So disclaimer, I just changed out of the dress I had on before, and in the process I lost a leaf and I lost a ring separately. So I'm just going to make a new one and put it back in somewhere. Right here. And this is pretty much the finished results. I really wanted to do the butterfly braids. I just didn't want to do it at the angle. I wanted it to be straight backs. And this is what I got. Now you don't have to use the hair jewels. I did pick these up from Amazon, and I really like these because they come with different ones. I also picked up some gold rope from Amazon. I was going to use this, but then I forgot to put it in as I was braiding the hair. Oh, but this is my hair from Eayon, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Love that they gave a little, like, you know, drawstring backpack. You guys know that I'm not the bomb with braiding, so I'm just practicing and learning, and I thought that this was a perfect opportunity to do like a full cornrow situation, and I think it came out great. The density on his hair is perfect. It's not too thin, but it's also not thick for this look. The hair itself was a dream to work with. When I watched the bleached out and co-washed it, it was super soft, no issues, no tangles, no excess shedding or anything like that. It just was really good soft hair, and I really didn't have any issues with it. So I really love this. Make sure you check it out. I'll have it linked in the description bar for you guys. Again, this hair is from Eayon. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Link in the description bar. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.